Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Guys, you gotta try this. This is good. All right, welcome back guys to Things Tina Does. Today we're making gluten-free scones. And we're going to be using Bob's Red Mill on the gluten-free blend. It's a 1-to-1. So this is an experiment, guys. You're coming along with me. I have not done this with scones before, so it's all gonna be new. It's fun to do new things, right? Now, I gotta tell you this hilarious thing. You're seeing me do the dip and pour method, kind of dip and scoop method with my flour, right? Well, way back in the day, when that was called home economics in school, we had to do this dip method, right? So I'm gonna show you how I learned in school, and we actually got graded on this. Can you believe that? We did. We got graded on it. We had to overfill the cup measurer, and then we took our knife on the flat side, not the round side, flat side, and you do little cut things across the top like this until you're satisfied that the flour has gently settled into the cup measurer, and then you scrape across the top. Yep, not kidding. We got graded on that. All right, so one more of those. There we go. And 2 cups into the handy dandy sifter. All right, now 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and you know I like to make sure that it's incorporated before I even begin sifting. So give a little bitty stir like that. All right, and then you sift away. I know, you guys are, oh my word, Tina and her sifter. I know, but look at that, oh my word. How fast is that? That's so cool. Oh, I confess, I have a little bit of a relationship with my sifter. It's all okay though. And so being done. All right, now, into this is going our cold butter. 6 tablespoons, very, very cold butter, which has been cut and kept in the fridge to make sure it's super cold. Gonna grab that and our cream mixture. Be right back. In goes our butter. See? You can tell it's really cold because it's still even sticking to the plate a little bit. All right, so in that goes. All right, and handy dandy pastry blender. If you don't have one of these, you can pick one up. They are not expensive. Everywhere from, I think, Walmart to some of the grocery stores even carry them, just like a straight grocery store you have in your area. And you just begin cutting that in. You notice that I fluffed the butter into that flour mixture before I even began pressing it through with the pastry blender. And the reason why is because if you coat that butter with the flour mixture before you start trying to blend it in, it really doesn't stick to your pastry blender quite as badly. So it's just a little trick I've started doing years ago. Oh my goodness, years ago when I first started making pastries and stuff like that, where I needed to blend the butter into the flour mixture. And I know you're probably thinking, did she say scones? Isn't that supposed to be pronounced scone? Well, you know, scones, potato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing up. No, because today we're making scones. Years ago, we took a trip up to Vancouver Island, British Columbia, and we went to this tea shop, and my mother, wise woman, asked one of the ladies there, so how do you properly say this word? And she said, well, really it can be pronounced both ways, scone or scone. But she said, here in British Columbia, we say scone. I have a Scottish friend, and I'm trying to remember if she says scone or scone. I think she says scone, but I'm not. I'll have to ask her again. Can't remember how she says it. So you keep working this in. Keep moving that butter into the flour mixture around the bowl. And guys, do remember to preheat your oven 425 on this one because you want your oven nice and hot before these go in. And as you can tell, this is working in very, very quickly. See that? Nice crumb mixture. That's what we want. You want to cut your butter in to your flour mixture until it's the size of like small peas. A lot of recipes will tell you cut it until the size of small peas or a crumb-like texture. Okay, so we're having fun with the British accent today, guys, because we're making scones. Yes. And this is what you're wanting to look for right here. You see that? See that texture right there? Just like that. So it looks like crumbs. So now that we got it in our crumb-like texture, in are going to go our currants, because a classic, well, you know, you can do scones any way you want, guys. A classic scone recipe has calls for black currants and a citron, some kind of a zest. Some recipes calls for orange, some call for lemon. You can do whatever you want, okay? I'm in a lemon mood, so we're going to do currant and lemon zest. And we're just going to zest this in. We don't need a lot, so I had one left over, and we're using that. Now remember, guys, when you're zesting citrus, you will want to avoid the white part. Because once you get, see that? Once you start getting down to the white part, that's bitter. Okay, so you don't want the bitterness in there. You just want that beautiful flavor of the zest. And oh my word, you guys, it smells so good already. Already. Looks like a good amount right there. And again, guys, if you're worried about amounts on this, don't be. Because with zest in recipes like this, you're just going for what tastes good to you. So you can go with as little amount as like a half a teaspoon to an entire tablespoon. Okay? Do what sounds good to you. All right, now, you want to stir this around in here like this. You want to coat your black currants. Whenever you're using dried fruit in a recipe like this, you want to coat the fruit with the flour mixture because that way it won't sink to the bottom of whatever it is you're making. Okay, there we go. That's in. Now, with the gluten-free, I'm going to use an egg. In my scone recipes, I don't put in regular flour scone recipes. I do not use egg. Okay, so we're going to use egg on this one. Now, we've got a third of a cup of heavy cream and 1 large egg. Okay, just want to blend that in really good. And this may seem really weird to you, but we have in here 1/4 cup of full fat cottage cheese. All right, that's going into that mixture as well. Okay. Good friend of mine, it has been gluten-free for years and years and years, and her daughters are celiac. And she said that what they have found in their baking over the years is that whatever you're baking, she said if you add a good scoop of cottage cheese to it, it helps it leaven and rise better. Okay, now we're just going to pour this in. We're going to fluff this around with our fork. But a lot of times, guys, gluten-free recipes tend to be stickier than other things. So if you're just starting out making gluten-free things and you're wondering why in the world they come out so sticky, well, you're not alone. I'm pretty sure that has to do with the flours that you use in gluten-free baking, but I'm not 100% sure on that, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not. I am not a chemist, so not positive on that. Now this is coming together pretty well, but we may end up needing to add a little bit more liquid. Remember I told you we're experimenting today, okay? We're just having fun in the kitchen. Sometimes I just enjoy just getting in the kitchen and trying something new that I haven't done before. From this texture right here, I'm guessing that I need a little bit more on my liquid, so we're going to add a little bit more of the heavy cream. Now I've got 1/3 of a cup extra measured out. We're going to see how much we need. Remember guys, you can always add a little bit more, but if you get too much, it's hard to take it away, if not impossible. So we added a little bit of that there, and let's see if that's enough. Now remember, we had originally 1/3 of a cup of cream in there with our 1/4 cup of cottage cheese and our 1 egg. And that was our total on our liquid ingredients. And I'm just trying to judge here how this is coming together. I think we're going to need just a little bit more. Found a dry spot, so we're going to just go ahead and add the rest of that. So that was 1/3 cup of cream. All right, that looks like it's going to do the trick. All right, now we're going to put these out on our baking mat here. Okay, now I think we've got enough liquid in there. It looks like we do, so we're going to start bringing it together now. And you just want to, you see how I'm doing that, guys? You just want to bring it together with your hands like this, okay, until you've got most of it into a little ball like that. Okay, and I have my gluten-free flour out on my mat. Again, we're using, if you didn't catch it at the beginning, we are using the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free blend 1-to-1 today. And so far, I'm really pleased with how this is coming together, guys. I'm very, very hopeful. All right. And I'm just turning it like this to try and keep it together. Okay, and we're just going to roll this out a little bit with a rolling pin. I want to get a little bit of this gluten-free flour up here so our rolling pin doesn't stick. And away we go. Hey guys, if you haven't ever made anything that you had to use a rolling pin for, you're missing out. It's really a lot of fun. And you're just going to roll it out till it gets to the thickness that you want. And yes, that will have something to do with the baking time. So it might fluctuate. If you want them a little bit thicker, your baking time is going to be a little bit longer for them to get done. I like to roll them out to about 1/2 inch thickness, just like that, okay? Now look how beautiful that looks already, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, handy dandy. I don't like to get into all of the cutting and then you have to put it all back together and cut again and put it all back together. No, let's just do it this way. Pizza cutter is doing the job. All right, look, how simple was that, right? I mean, pizza cutter, yes. All right, we're gonna start loading them onto our mat right here. And I have my baking sheet lined with a nice silicone pad right there, and we're just gonna start loading them on. We're just gonna squeeze them all in there, guys. We're just gonna tuck them in like family. Squish together! Come on, we gotta get that picture! Okay, and look at there. They're ready to go in the oven. 425, remember, preheated. They go into a nice hot oven. Okay guys, our gluten-free scones are out of the oven. Now, these, as I have found with a lot of gluten-free baking, took a little bit longer than the regular flour ones. So the regular flour ones where they took 12, these took 15 minutes to come. But you see, I'm so excited about this, you guys. Look at this. They did come to that nice and golden recognition on the top and just the very edges of that. Look how nice that looks. And I'm so excited about this. I want to taste this. So come along with me because we got to give this a little taste. All right. I'm so excited, you guys. Oh yeah, that crumb feels really nice. It's a little chewier, I think.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Guys, you got to try this. This is good. Gluten-free scone. Remember we used our Bob's Red Mill blend, the 1-to-1, and there are a little couple of tricks in there, little recipe that I've come up with. Okay, this is new, this is original. You got to check this out. All right. Oh my goodness sakes. And the lemon and the black currant are still coming through on that gluten-free. Texture is absolutely wonderful. But I got to show you this thing because I know you're curious. All right, look at this cute little thing right here. I know you saw this and you were wondering what in the world is this. I saw one in my great granny's hutch. What in the world does it do? Let me show you. Look at this. It's a server! Ha ha! Yes! Look at that! How cool, right? And we're gonna just load our scones right on there. Okay? Beautiful! Look at those beautiful gluten-free scones. Oh yeah, yeah, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not supposed to speak that way when you're serving scones? I'm sorry. Oh, so fantastic. Yes, it's lovely. Lovely, I tell you, lovely. Is that better? Does that help all the ones that are snobby about those British things? It's okay. I have a British friend. She thinks I'm funny. Guys, super, super cool. So real. You gotta check this out, okay? When you do, you gotta tell me what you thought about it, okay? Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, alright? Oh, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and be sure and hit that notification bell, guys, so that you can see all of the wonderful new videos that we're loading up for you guys each week. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Things Tina Does. Bye-bye.